The Green Bay Packers have entered a period of deep reflection and growing concern as the outcomes of their most recent free agency decisions continue to unfold in ways that have left fans, analysts, and even members of the organization questioning the long-term vision behind these choices. As the season progresses, each week reveals new layers of complexity surrounding the roster moves, and it is becoming increasingly clear that what once appeared to be bold strategic steps have instead evolved into significant sources of doubt. During the free agency window, the team faced widespread changes across several key positions, with the departure of important contributors who had been foundational pieces of the roster for several seasons. Their exits created an urgent need to reinforce critical areas of the lineup, and the organization acted decisively by pursuing new talent in hopes of strengthening both the offensive and defensive units. The most notable investments included a multi-year commitment to a cornerback expected to bring stability to the secondary, and an exceptionally large financial deal awarded to a guard whose presence was intended to anchor the offensive line for years to come. At first, these acquisitions were framed as essential moves to maintain competitiveness in a highly demanding league. Yet as the season advanced, the anticipated benefits of these signings failed to materialize, and the shortcomings of the newly added guard became a major focal point. Throughout his career in San Francisco, he had shown flashes of potential that suggested he might become a reliable long-term starter, but even then signs of inconsistency were visible, and many evaluators raised concerns about his overall physicality, technique, and dependable availability. Despite these uncertainties, the Packers chose to offer him a lucrative deal that positioned him among the most highly compensated players at his role. The decision was met with immediate skepticism, and now with more extensive evidence on display, that skepticism has transformed into widespread criticism. His time on the field has been limited by recurring physical setbacks involving multiple areas of the body, and each absence has disrupted the continuity of an offensive line already challenged by its own structural issues. When he has managed to take the field, performance has not met the standard expected of a key interior lineman. He has struggled to establish power in the run game, failing to create consistent lanes for the ground attack, while also losing critical battles in pass protection, where a strong interior presence is essential for maintaining a stable pocket. His inability to hold firm against opposing defenders has forced quarterback Jordan Love into hurried decisions, collapsing throwing lanes, and overall diminishing the efficiency of the offensive strategy. Analysts who reviewed his signing during the offseason often expressed cautious optimism rather than full confidence, but as the regular season has progressed, several have updated their evaluations. These updated assessments reveal a near-unanimous conclusion that the financial commitment allocated to this guard cannot be justified by the results produced. His status as one of the highest-paid players at his position appears increasingly mismatched with his on-field contributions, and what once was labeled a risky investment now stands as a clear example of a miscalculated decision. The broader situation becomes even more challenging when considering the future of the offensive line as other players battle injuries near the end of their contracts or face potential release for financial reasons, with major decisions looming in upcoming seasons. The heavy cost of the guard signing effectively restricts the organization from exploring more flexible options and places the team in a position where they may be forced to build their offensive plan around a player who has not demonstrated consistent reliability, strength, or durability. This dependency complicates long-term roster building during what should be a vital period in which the franchise aims to maximize its opportunity for championship contention. This situation has prompted writers, analysts, and fans to voice increasing concerns about the overall direction of the franchise. The financial strain caused by this deal affects not only the present performance but also the ways in which the team will attempt to shape its roster moving forward. Limiting spending power and reducing available resources creates obstacles that put the Packers at a disadvantage compared to other teams that have managed their cap space with greater efficiency. Furthermore, when considering the impact of the other major signing from the same free agency period involving a highly talented cornerback who has also struggled to find consistent rhythm, the overall picture becomes even more troubling. Instead of strengthening the roster, these moves have introduced additional instability, leaving key units weakened, rather than improved, and forcing adjustments that the coaching staff did not initially anticipate. Taken as a whole, the free agency investments that once appeared focused on creating a stronger, more resilient team have instead resulted in substantial setbacks. Both notable signings now seem deeply flawed, and the consequences of these missteps are felt across the entire structure of the team. The Packers find themselves navigating a future full of difficult decisions as they attempt to correct the course and rebuild a foundation strong enough to support long-term success.